Skip to content. Nikki Haley, U.S. ambassador to the UN, attends an emergency session of the Security Council on Monday. Associated Press. U.S. and Russian diplomats exchanged bitter recriminations Monday in an emergency session of the United Nations Security Council, which met to confront a suspected chemical weapons attack on a rebel stronghold in Syria that killed at least 48 people near Damascus. The debate flared as the Trump administration weighed a military response to punish Syria's government for the attack. President Trump said at the White House that he would make a major decision within 24 to 48 hours. Nikki Haley, U.S. ambassador to the UN, squarely blamed Moscow for Saturday's gruesome attack because the Russian military has supported Syrian President Bashar Assad's forces in the country's grinding civil war. Pablo Martinez Monsivais, Associated Press. FBI agents used search warrants Monday to seize documents from Michael Cohen, President Trump's longtime personal lawyer, marking a dramatic escalation in law enforcement's investigation of the president's inner circle. The raid stemmed in part from special counsel Robert S. Mueller's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential campaign after Mueller's team referred material to federal prosecutors in New York, who are conducting a separate probe. It's unclear exactly what the FBI was looking for, but Cohen is deeply involved in two of Trump's most controversial episodes. Senator Tammy Duckworth has given birth to a baby girl, making her the first serving U.S. senator to give birth. The Illinois Democrat announced she delivered her second daughter, Miley Pearl Bowlesby, on Monday. Her office says Duckworth is recovering well and asked for privacy. Duckworth, a 50-year-old veteran who lost her legs in the Iraq War, is one of only 10 lawmakers who have given birth while serving in Congress. Her first daughter, Abigail, was born in 2014. The Trump administration on Monday urged the United Nations to open an investigation into an alleged chemical attack by Syrian government forces that killed scores of civilians outside Damascus. The United States also joined 8 other countries to call for an emergency session of the UN Security Council for later Monday to consider the attack. Yet that body is unlikely to go beyond words of condemnation because Russia, which backs Syria's President Bashar Assad, is expected to veto any Security Council resolution for bolder action. U.S. officials circulated a draft UN resolution on Monday to create an independent commission to investigate the attack on Saturday. More than 40 people were killed in Douma, the last rebel-held town in the eastern Ghouta enclave outside Damascus. Volunteers spray a man with water at a makeshift hospital following an alleged chemical attack on Douma on April 7. AFP, Getty Images. President Trump on Monday said that he will make a major decision on a response to a suspected chemical weapon attack in Syria that killed scores of people, a barbaric act, he called it, over the next 24 to 48 hours. It was an atrocious attack. It was horrible, Trump told reporters who were briefly brought into the room ahead of his cabinet meeting at the White House. This is about humanity, and it can't be allowed to happen. Of the weekend attack near Damascus, the president added, if it's the Russians, if it's Syria, if it's Iran, if it's all of them together, we'll figure it out. President Trump devoted his weekly address over the weekend to his attack on California's sanctuary laws, arguing without evidence that the state had made itself a border-free zone where thousands of criminal aliens can roam free. A fact-check posted in The Times on Friday notes that the law passed last year bars officials from alerting federal immigration officials when inmates are released from a county jail. But the law carves out 800 offenses, including violent crimes and nonviolent drug offenses, where cooperation is allowed. The law also allows state prison officials to continue working with federal immigration agents on deportations. Trump argued the state violated the Constitution by nullifying federal law, the subject of a still unresolved court battle between his administration and the state of California. Even as President Trump tries to quiet speculation that Scott Pruitt's days in his administration are numbered, the head of the Environmental Protection Agency continues to become a bigger political liability for him. Now the federal government's top ethics officer is calling for the EPA to take action addressing Pruitt's multiple alleged ethics lapses. The letter sent to the EPA from David A. Paul, acting director of the U.S. Office of Government Ethics, was notable because such letters are rarely written from a Paul's office. The New York Times first reported on the letter, which is dated April 6. It warns the EPA appears to be inadequately addressing the various ethics issues swirling around Pruitt, and action to appropriately address any violations may be necessary. APOL expresses particular concern about the $50 a night bedroom Pruitt rented from the wife of a top energy lobbyist on a block in Washington, D.C., where housing typically costs much more. and North Korean officials have engaged in secret back-channel talks, and Pyongyang has committed to a summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-un that will touch on denuclearization of the Korean peninsula, a White House official said Sunday. The White House said on March 8 that Trump had accepted an invitation from Kim to meet, but the government in Pyongyang did not officially confirm the meeting until now. The date and the venue have still not been set. No sitting U.S. president has ever met with a North Korean leader, and Trump's offer to do so without preconditions stunned American allies in the region and U.S. foreign policy veterans. White House trade. Middle East. A volunteer holds an oxygen mask over a child's face at a hospital following a reported chemical attack on Douma on Sunday. AFP. Getty Images. President Trump on Sunday issued a rare direct rebuke of Vladimir Putin, blaming the Russian leader, along with Iran, for making possible a deadly chemical attack against Syrian civilians, allegedly carried out by forces loyal to Syrian President Bashar Assad. Big price to pay, Trump declared on Twitter. Many dead, including women and children, in mindless chemical attack in Syria. Area of atrocity is in lockdown and encircled by Syrian army, making it completely inaccessible to outside world. President Putin, Russia and Iran are responsible for backing Animal Assad. Big price. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, April 8, 2018, to pay. Open area immediately for medical help and verification. Another humanitarian disaster for no reason whatsoever. Sick. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, April 8, 2018. At least 40 people reportedly died in the attack in the town of Douma, where Syrian forces have been carrying out an offensive. Gruesome images have emerged on social media, some of them showing suffocated children. The toll, reported by Syrian opposition activists and first responders, could not be independently confirmed.